Hey, Nation, back with Josh Weiss, and I believe it may be Happy New Year. Can't remember if we have talked since the beginning of the year, so Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year. Good to see you, Harry. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. So again, I'm seeing your LinkedIn feeds, a lot of them. My compliments that you have that cadence thing down, and it seems like one of your passion projects, one of the things you're passionate about is digital transformation. So maybe over the next couple of months, we can go down that rabbit hole. So I'm just going
Sure.
to hand the mic to you. Talk to me about digital transformation.
Well, digital transformation is one of those industry buzzwords that has just gotten tossed around like crazy. I think it's funny because every SD-WAN vendor and firewall vendor and, like dedicated storage vendor and the like, they all talk about digital transformation as like install this piece of hardware or, change the way that you do your bandwidth and that's going to be digital transformation. And I really don't think that's true. I think it's a bit of a disservice. Digital transformation to me is more about how can you leverage technology to actually change the way that you do business. Certainly for the SMB Nation crowd, I think Microsoft has jammed themselves pretty deep into that conversation. I think that, the concept of how people can use Teams to actually change the way their people work, I think that that's pretty exciting. But at the end of the day, can you sit down with the business owner and say, here's the ROI that you're going to get. Here's how you're wasting time right now with these inefficient work practices. And here's how you can actually leverage technology to give you a measurable increase back on your technology investment. And I think that's what takes it from being like a piece of hardware that really employees could care less about to changing the way people work.
Yeah.
And I guess to add to that, the thing that I really see is that 2020 of the pandemic cycle about, whoa, we might not be quite ready. Like maybe it's slow for our employees to access their stuff offline, or maybe we never had chat because we like to tap people on the shoulder in the office, right? Whereas 2021 is like, okay, this thing isn't going anywhere. And now people have to actually learn to work differently and more effectively remotely rather than just setting up LogMeIn and accessing their computers to, do an emergency redo on how people work.
Well, I would concur. Let me give you an analogy, sort of. So the notion. Let me find my N95. So the old N95. I've been doing some interesting reading, New York Times, that kind of thing. So Bill Gates dropped some comments the other day about, and I concur that this is only the first pandemic, right? So don't, folks, hang on fast. This is the first one. And what's cool about that, again, not quite the right word, but what's cool is with the digital transformation and the lessons learned with remote work and work from home, dude, when the next pandemic hits, we're ready, right? I mean, we're ready to rock. And so don't think we're going back to normal, right? That this is a time to transform and so on. The other thought is, you'll like this example. Just this past week, I found one of my, the Lenovo Think Center, the little tiny Lenovo PCs that are little screamers. I mean, they're really good. And it's a desktop unit. And I went ahead and reformatted it and put Windows 10 on it and got Jenny a new monitor. So we got it up to Jenny. She's, about 2 hours away. And here's why, Josh, and we're talking workflow. When we do these interviews, we use Camtasia to render the output. And Camtasia is a CPU hog. And so Jenny was trying to do it on her Lenovo X1 laptop, which is a nice laptop, but it's older, right? Laptops get sleepy. They kind of get tired over time. And so now we've offloaded that Camtasia processing to effectively a desktop unit with a different architecture. Not as big of emphasis on miniaturization. And so our productivity went up. right? Because now she can move the mouse and type on the keyboard on her laptop while the Camtasia is rendering over here, man.
And so that's the transformation, right? It takes Jenny 2 hours less per week to get this stuff done, and that's worth X amount of dollars, and that's measurable. And right now she can do something else with that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So next month when we get together, I want to double click a little bit deeper. I'd love to hear about you're involved in a cabal or an organization or a syndicate or a mafia surrounding digital transformation.
Yeah.
So I want to hear more about that. Your colleagues.
Cool. Great to see you.
All right. Yeah. Hey, nice new house, by the way. I meant to say that's really cool. All right, brother. All right. Have a nice, hey, and happy Valentine's Day. How about that, my friend?
Yeah, there we go. Happy New Year, happy Valentine's Day. We gotta have some holidays to be excited about during these
There we go.
days.
All right. Take care.